Okay, the game just had a lag spike there, so hopefully the recording is kind of okay and not desynced and all that anyway. So, technically iron is a renewable resource, which is good because they made the iron railings, the block, that is, there's like glass except it's iron bars. So they made iron into a sort of a decorative element that you can build things out of. So, it's good that they also made it renewable now, or at least, you don't have to actually mine for every single piece if you don't want to, although the drop rate for iron from zombies is really low, so I don't know how practical that is, but at least the idea is there. The idea is that now that you can build more things with iron, instead of just making weapons and armor. What else is iron used for? Minecarts, pistons, like really interesting things. Minecarts are really interesting. Pistons, I already said before, they're interesting because like minecarts, they're like train sets. You can build whatever you want with them. Like the possibilities of minecarts again is infinite, limited only by your imagination, and I guess limited by how much iron you have. And so, if you have mechanisms in the game that expands possibilities, then maybe it's necessary to facilitate players in using those by making iron more renewable, more accessible. Because, if someone wants to build a giant minecart system, they're gonna need a lot of iron. And if they don't want to play creative, like I don't want to play creative, then minecarts only become viable if iron is more available. Like this stuff, I've built a little thing out of here, the glass and the iron. I just want to try this out, see what it looks like. It doesn't look that good, but the idea that now that iron can be used on a large scale for decorative purposes, then maybe they should become more available. I mean, not necessarily to make the game easier. Like I don't really care about whether the game is easy or hard. I care about whether the game is fun or not fun. What do I need from here? Let's see. Okay, I've got coal on the other side, I think. Let me just manage my resources a little bit here. Yeah, there we go, charcoal. Yeah, so I care about whether the game is fun or not fun. And if minecarts are fun, if pistons are fun, then allow players to have fun by allowing them to build those things easier. Make it easy for players to have fun. I think that's what really people play games for. I mean, there's a type of person that really enjoys really difficult games, and I understand those people exist, and I don't really understand why they really enjoy difficult games that much, but they do. Okay, that's cool. But most people are not like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I think like games are more likely to be successful if it's easy for people to have fun. And again, like, what do people have fun doing? They have fun, or at least people enjoy watching amazing contraptions in Minecraft. They enjoy watching really epic builds in Minecraft, and I guess creative mode in that sense is a really good addition to the game. Well, for one, people were doing it already. Like, they were already inventory hacking and installing fly mods and all that. So basically people were already doing it with mods, because there were a group of people who really enjoyed just building stuff, and not the survival aspect of the game, not the resource collection aspect of the game. And so, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've used up all the cobblestone, by the way. I used to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then like one chest up there was full as well. It was like, I've used up 7 full chests of cobblestone already. Anyway, like as I was saying, like there were a group of people who were already enjoying just building stuff, and so creative mode caters to those people, and it makes it easy for those people to enjoy the game. So as a statement on game design, I think that's a great thing to add to the game. And I personally don't play creative, not really. I mean, I might go in there to experiment a little bit from time to time, but I don't really play that seriously. And so, I personally don't play it, but at the same time I can see that it's a good addition to the game, even if it's not something that I would use at all. So I'm not just saying that things are good and not good because I personally like or dislike it. It's not like that at all. I'm actually considering what it means for the game, and in trying to consider it in terms of game design and game philosophy, I guess you can call it. I don't know what you call it, but what makes good games and what makes bad games. So what else can we? Animals, food, animals. I guess the hunger bar, it's interesting. I mean, sometimes I keep saying about increasing possibilities. Sometimes challenges are also possibilities. In fact, challenges are always possibilities because they give you a reason to solve a problem. And so hunger, I consider it to be one of those. Although, the potential solutions I'm not too happy about. Let me explain what I mean. Like, once they add hunger to the game, then you have to solve it. And in Minecraft, what do you do when you have a problem? You build things to solve problems. Or that's what I believe is the essence of the game, is you build something to solve a problem. With blocks. So you know what I've done. I've built that chicken factory where you drown the chickens and you get the meat, and then you stick the meat in a stove and you get cooked chicken, and that's your food. Oh, and the eggs and the dispensers and all that. So I've built that mechanism there to dramatically ease my food supply problem. Let me put it better, like I've solved my food problem by building something. And that, I think, is what Minecraft should be about. I really think that. So that's good. The hunger problem has given me an incentive to build something interesting, which is great. I mean, I think that's a good thing for the game. Now, what do I think is not good? I think the fact that you can't do the same thing with pigs and cows, that's not good. You can breed cows, you can breed pigs, but you can't automate it. You have to manually hold the wheat, feed the wheat to each animal. So you have to. So there's an aspect of breeding pigs and cows that is entirely manual, and it's not automated. That's what I disagree with. I mean, why? Like, I don't know. Like in the way I see it, the essence of the game is build solutions. You build things to solve problems, and so there's a problem there that can't be solved, which is how do you automate the breeding of cows and pigs? And there's no solution to that. There's a step there that you cannot automate. There's a step there that you cannot build an amazing or intricate or clever mechanism to solve. And I think that's the problem. I mean, if I had to solve it, what would I do? I would have like a feeding trough or something, where you have a device that you build, and then you put in the wheat, and then any animals in the area will eat the wheat and then breed themselves to a certain extent. So to a certain limit, of course, you can't just have animals breeding infinitely. But let's say if the density of the animal population in the area was less than a certain number, then the animals will wander up and eat the wheat, and then they'll breed with each other by themselves. And so, in order to close that puzzle, or close the loop on that puzzle, to allow a solution that can be built, and maybe you don't make it that easy. Maybe you make it so that it's a multi-step problem. You have to build more than one thing to encourage the animals to breed. Maybe then you need to figure out a water source, a food source, and maybe you need something to move the animals around. Maybe they'll only eat under certain conditions, and then they'll only breed under certain conditions, and so then you have to find some way to move them around in order for them to whatever it is. Maybe if you think it's too easy to just have one block and then they automatically breed, then you make it a bit more complicated. But you have in mind the objective, which is to allow people to have a solution, to allow people to be able to do this thing that they want to do by building something that solves the problem. I think that would make a good addition to the game. A minor one, because it's only animals, but I think a significant one, because for one, like, then you're challenging players to solve another problem, which is cool. Like how to build a mechanism to get animals to breed. So you're encouraging people to build more and solve more problems and to come up with more ingenious devices. And again, as I said so many times already, that's the essence of Minecraft. The essence of Minecraft is to exercise your creativity and to explore the possibilities that the game offers. And to build things that no one else has built before, come up with solutions that other people haven't thought of before. That's the fun part about all of this. And this is something that other games do not offer. You know? You can't build solutions in Call of Duty, you can't build solutions in Portal, you can't build solutions in whatever game you play. This is the thing that only Minecraft has to offer. And this is something that if people want to experience, they have to buy Minecraft and play it. You know, this is your key strength. So work with it, use it. I'm lagging a lot now, and it happens like as you play more and more, the game lags more and more. It's got to be a memory management issue. I think I said in an earlier part that I've limited the memory of Minecraft to 256 megabytes of memory. Like, it hasn't affected the performance in the sense that it hasn't made it better. It hasn't made it worse, but it hasn't made it better. Like this issue of after a while the game just slows down and lags more. Like, it hasn't solved that problem, so I don't really know what's going on. Now, things that I don't know yet, like change the game, fortresses, silverfish. Silverfish. I've never actually had to fight silverfish before. I don't know how bad they are. Based on what I've seen, you can't build solutions to it. I'm not sure actually. I'll have to. Maybe I'll fire up a creative mode game and then just see the behavior of the silverfish. Like, if you're in an area where you suspect there's silverfish, or if there's even a silverfish spawner, can you build your way out of the problem? If we think about what I've been saying all this time. Now, is there a mechanism or a certain configuration of blocks you can use to to protect yourself from the silverfish while you neutralize the spawner? I don't know. I don't know, and I haven't seen anyone do it. I've seen people kind of just jump in and get owned by a swarm of silverfish, which is kind of, it's not promising. And if the answer is ultimately no, there's no solution, no buildable solution other than to get yourself a set of armor and a decent weapon and just smash them, then it's not a good addition to this game. You know, it's not. It's contrary to the essence of Minecraft. If you have a problem that you cannot solve by building things, yeah. So I'll have to see how that works out. And maybe you guys have dealt with silverfish before. Maybe you can tell me what you guys think of it. Ah, look, I have some leftover fences. Okay, so the fences are in. Oh wait, I think I need to get to the top. So this segment of the wall is almost complete. Almost complete. The only thing left is the spider defenses and the actual functioning part of the fence at the bottom. You know, the part that actually keeps enemies out. Because all this stuff, it's just decorative. All the stuff above here. Okay, I've done this. So all the stuff that don't actually